Just a quick little disclaimer before the video starts. I am not a tournament player. I play Guilty Gear casually on and off with my friends, but after hitting Celestial and Strive, I wanted to make a concise guide of what I learned for new players who want to pick this character up, or for people who have trouble dealing with her. I'll be notating all of the buttons and combos so it's easier to follow along, and if you aren't familiar with fighting game notation, look at your keypad or imagine the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stacked on top of each other in groups of 3, with 5 representing the neutral input on your controller/stick. Now with all that being said, let's not waste any more time and let's jump right into a brief overview of the character. Mei is a simple but high damage charge character that excels at pressure and locking your opponent down. A general game plan is to simply be as annoying and as random as possible as to always leave your opponent guessing on what you're going to do next. Her main tool is her Mr. Dolphin special attack that, when used properly, allows her to create situations where the opponent feels as though they can never take their turn. Coupled with strong normals, a command grab, and very damaging supers, she seemingly has an answer to every situation. Although, they can be susceptible to characters with longer buttons or strong zoning like Ram, Axel, and Foss. To show you what I mean though, let's hop into training to explore her buttons and special moves. Beginning with Mei's grounded normals, 5P is a fast but short jab that is very useful for tick throws. It can also be special cancelled and has the benefit of being a poor anti-air, although it is not too used outside of quick punish combos or scramble situations. 2P, or her crouching punch, is more of the same without the benefit of being a poor anti-air. It also does not hit low. It's mainly used in scramble situations or in quick punish combos. 6P is Mei's designed anti-air normal with decent upper body invincibility, and it will always knock down the opponent on hit with a wall bounce if it's close enough to the corner. The follow-up options for this anti-air though aren't nearly as strong as compared to some of her other anti-air normals. It can be used as a frame trap in certain scenarios, after 5P or 2P as an example, but otherwise it's not too strong. In the main mirror matchup, this button is extremely useful to stop dolphins. 5K is Mei's quickest poke and arguably one of her most important buttons. It's the go-to frame trap button after you use your heavy slash dolphin. 5K is special, jump, and dash cancelable with a weakness to reaching low attacks. It can be interchanged with 5S in most combos and is far easier to confirm after a counter hit dolphin. Use this button after dolphin to mix up your string timings. It can be used as a punish to improperly spaced normals after an unsafe blocked slash dolphin. 6K is a fast overhead that can lead to frame traps on hit, although it has little use outside of mix-up and super mix-up scenarios, which we'll touch on later. Notable use for it is after a blocked red roaming cancel dolphin to go for a quick high-low mix-up. 2K is Mei's go-to button to take her turn back in close ranges. It can be confirmed into 2 dust, and it is the primary low attack she uses. It is very useful for short combos, or after a blocked red roaming cancel dolphin to go for a quick high-low mix-up. 3K is a high-risk, low-hitting slide attack that knocks the opponent down on hit. It is very unsafe on block without using meter, but it has the benefit of being able to slide under projectiles. It is very useful for super mix-ups, which we'll touch on later, short combos, as a follow-up after heavy slash dolphin to catch your opponent if they're blocking high, and lastly, after a blocked red roaming cancel dolphin to go for an even quicker high-low mix-up. Close slash is Mei's best combo starter and close reaching normal, which can be jump, dash, and special cancelled. The hitbox also extends slightly above her head, meaning the move can be used as a risky anti-air that will float the opponent on hit. Close slash into 6H is a notable frame trap that can lead to devastating damage. Bar slash is Mei's longest reaching poke, although it is much slower than 5K. By far her best button for whiff punishing if your reactions are fast enough. It's an extremely important neutral tool, as it's very useful for a counter hit frame trap move after a blocked heavy slash dolphin. 2S is little more than a stubby poke that's ever so slightly faster than far slash. For the most part, in every instance that you would use 2S, you're just better off using your far slash. 5H is an extremely punishable but damaging normal that leads to massive damage on counter hit. It has little knockback though, making it very trivial to punish if not cancelled into a dolphin. It will wall bounce if close enough to the corner if it's also an air hit. 6H is by far the strongest command normal Mei possesses, as she swings her anchor in an arc above her head. It can be charged to increase the damage and delay the attack, and when fully charged, a heavy slash dolphin is guaranteed on block, making it one of her most important tools to maintain pressure. It leads to disgusting damage on counter hit and is very useful as an anti-air or a round starter. 2H is an extremely damaging but punishable anti-air move. It's a core part of Mei's highest damage combos, and on a successful hit, you get a guaranteed upwards heavy slash dolphin. Mei's 5D is unremarkable as far as dusts go, although it is a little fast when you don't charge it up, and it does go further than you may think. 2D is Mei's sweep that is also special cancelable, although it doesn't see too many uses outside of combos. Jumping Punch is a mostly unremarkable move, although it can be gatlinged into itself. It's somewhat useful after a blocked upwards heavy slash dolphin to continue pressure. Jumping Kick is a fast air normal that can gatling into Jumping Dust. It is jump and dash cancelable, but mostly unused outside of double overhead mix-up situations or in dust combos. Jumping Slash is Mei's second best air normal and is very useful for keeping jumping opponents cornered when they attempt to jump out. It is jump and dash cancelable and gatlings into Jumping Heavy Slash. Jumping Heavy Slash is one of the best air normals in the game. It's Mei's go-to air-to-air and jumping button, and it is heavily used in neutral, as it will catch people above, in front, and behind you in some cases. Jumping 2H is a useful air normal that can be used to throw off your jump timing. It's also very good as a cross-up attack after an air dash when properly spaced. It will also combo into 5k on hit. Jumping Dust is almost a completely unremarkable move. To my knowledge, it's only used inside dust combos and has very few if any uses outside of them. Now, moving on to Mei's special moves, and the reason that most of you are probably here, we'll start with her horizontal Mr. Dolphin attack. This is the tool that allows Mei to be Mei, as it allows some very good pressure when used properly. Mixing between the slash version that's fast to start up but negative on block, and the heavy slash version that's slow to start but plus on block, can lead to near indefinite lockdown. Adapt to your opponent and see how they react in certain situations. The most important part is to always keep them guessing. Never be predictable with your dolphins, as an experienced player will punish your heavy slash dolphins, and in some case, your slash dolphins, every time if you use the same strings. As mentioned earlier, if you properly space her S dolphin, you can counter poke an attempted punish, making your opponent truly have to guess when it's their turn. In some cases, a blocked heavy slash dolphin into an immediate slash dolphin will catch people if they try to jump out. Experiment yourself and see what works best for you. Mei's vertical Mr. Dolphin attack is useful inside of combos and in some cases as an anti-air, but it has nowhere near the amount of uses that the horizontal version has. If the heavy vertical dolphin is blocked, you can continue to hit buttons for additional pressure, namely Jumping Punch. Mei's command grab, called Overhead Kiss, is a high rewarding command grab that leads to a combo on hit without using any meter. In the corner, it leads to a devastating damage combo with a potential wall break if you want. It's mainly used when your opponent has been conditioned to block, or as a surprise after an air normal. It will beat normal throw if inputted fast enough, but it will whiff on characters that are still in hit or block stun. Arasugawa Sparkle summons a seal that kicks a ball towards the opponent. The ball can be crouched under if the opponent is close enough though, so be careful on your spacing. The P version goes a little less than mid-screen with a downwards angle of about 50 degrees, while the K version goes nearly full screen at a downwards 15-degree angle. It's good to force a 50-50 high-low mix-up with a purple roaming cancel to secure a round. Moving on to Mei's supers, Great Yamada Attack summons a gigantic pink whale that rides a wave full screen to hit the opponent with massive damage. It has no invincibility at all during the startup animation or super itself, so be cautious when you use it, although the super is fairly hard to punish at mid-range. It will also cause a wall break if it's hit in the corner. Mei's second and last super, The wonderful and dynamic Goshigara is Mei's only true reversal that's invincible on frame 1, and it also can be used in the air. If you're willing to spend your entire meter too, it can be comboed after a purple or red Roman cancel for insane damage. It has extreme vertical reach, and it also hits twice, once while rising and another while crashing down. And like the last super, it will also cause a wall break if hit in the corner. Now, a majority of Mei's mix-ups really depend on the opponent in question and how they respond to the situations that you put them in. So for example, we already know that Mei's heavy slash dolphin is frame advantageous on block and can directly lead into a frame trap using 5K and 5S. But what if your opponent starts to block that and doesn't commit to a button anymore after you hit them with the frame trap a couple of times? Well, we have a few options in that case. We can run up and go for a charge 6H into another heavy slash dolphin and maybe catch them overhead, but at the worst case, get another guaranteed heavy slash dolphin in and continue pressure. We could run up and go for her command grab. We could run up and go for one of the 2 lows I mentioned earlier, or we can run up and go for an overhead that hopefully connects and leads into a frame trap on hit. The most important takeaway in all of this is to try to be as random as possible so your opponent has no idea what's going on and therefore cannot respond to what you're doing. Never try to use the same things multiple times in a row in quick succession unless you're quite confident that the opponent does not know how to deal with the situation you're putting them in. Before we wrap up this guide with some useful combos that Mei has, what I want to stress to you is that just because I'm showing you these combos doesn't mean that they are the right combos for you. It doesn't matter how much damage these combos do if you cannot input them yourself. So I highly stress to go into training mode and find the combos that you can do cleanly and consistently every time, because it will save you a future headache by trying to input these combos that you cannot do right now. However, with that being said, I'm also going to link the Dust Loop article for Mei in the description so that you guys can view each and every individual frame data on each of her moves, just in case that's up your alley. Now with that being said, please enjoy these combos, and I really hope all of you beginner Mei players enjoy this character because she is one of my favorites in the Guilty Gear franchise. I'll catch you guys on the flip side and have fun. Because you've made it this far in the Mei tutorial, I think it's time that we expose you to a little bit of forbidden Mei tech. Now don't tell anybody I told you this. But if you use Mei's super, the wonderful and dynamic Goshigara, you can actually RC it if you have the meter, and you can turn it into a 50-50 high-low mix-up by either running up and doing the overhead, or by doing either of the 2 lows I showed you earlier. You can and will steal rounds with this, and please use it. I guarantee you will win rounds because of it, and your opponent won't even know what the fuck happened. Now, thank you guys for watching this tutorial. If you made it this far, hope you guys had a fantastic time learning this game, and again, peace out, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.